Hey guys, today we're going to a watch fair in Geneva. This is one that I've never been to before. I don't expect it to be very fruitful in terms of looking at vintage watches, because I think Geneva's kind of fancy pants place. So I think that they'll, gotta watch the light here. I don't think they'll want to be filmed, and I'm not gonna buy anything, so we'll see if we meet anybody interesting there. So this is the venue. It's just in that kind of retail building, and then there's a watch store here that sells vintage. I think a friend of mine is friends with the owner of this, but it's a Sunday today. Normally people are not open on Sunday, but I think because the fair is going on, they're open. So this is a fellow who has a place that buys gold in Coppet, and then they sell in Versoix, which is it's a neighboring little village outside of Geneva.
Come with 300 and I just want.
The two-door advisor, c'est automatique or manual?
Manual.
Mm-hmm.
With the cricket. On appelle ça réveil.
Réveil, alarm, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Coming back.
We will heading to the airport.
Gold is rare.
18. In gold, it's very rare, yeah.
I buy gold.
Yeah. So,
I buy for gold, not for...
can I see?
Yes, but it's not
It's not for sale.
It's
But okay, so this one you bought for gold,
yes.
but you don't feel like you can sell it. First of all, the bracelet is very valuable in gold because a lot of gold, right?
It's,
On some, like this one, I don't understand why you would separate the gold. It's
gold is
so fast and easy.
heavy.
Yeah,
Price is better.
yeah.
We don't.
I understand
sell.
in theory. I understand the concept.
When it's Rolex, when it's
Yeah.
a big,
Big markup,
name,
big-
it's
yeah.
like
Okay,
it's
okay.
good, but, other.
Je comprenais, merci. So this is largely a graveyard of dials for watches that were, the cases were melted down for their gold value, the dials removed, movements removed. This is an interesting aspect of the vintage market, which is there's so much destruction of watches just for the gold content of the case and the bracelet. It's terrible.
Yeah, so I'm online on Instagram mostly, and then I've got a website as well.
Okay.
And we don't have a physical shop in Coppet, but what we do, we are always at the Christmas market of Coppet.
Okay.
Yeah, if that helps. But what I do offer to our clients is that if there are watches that interest you, I'm also willing to meet up for coffee, and we can have a sit down and look at the watches that you're interested in. If you buy, cool, and if you don't, well, we would have had a coffee.
Yeah.
That's nice too.
Can I put this on my YouTube channel?
Sure.
Okay. I'll tell people. So you can contact Nerg, is that your name?
Nurgis.
Nergis.
Yeah.
You can contact Nergis Jones at the email address there, contact@coppetvintage.com, and you can buy any of these watches.
Fish out the tag.
Yeah, thanks.
There we go.
That's a super thin Universal Geneva. And these don't have micro rotor movements, they have a very small movement. And it's more of a lady's watch. Even this, my watch I'm wearing is small, but
Sorry.
yeah. It's probably like a 32 or something millimeter. Thanks, Nergis.
What's your name?
Dayton.
Dayton. Nice to meet you. Do you live around here then?
Yep.
Yeah. And you like watches, I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Yeah.
So you based in Coppet?
Yeah. We live in Coppet.
Such a nice place.
It is a nice place, yeah.
Do you go to the Yonkushi?
I do. Yes, I do.
We did that the first time in Coppet. We've seen them everywhere.
I know.
And then we went in there.
They started in Coppet.
Yeah.
That's where
yeah,
they're from.
we saw kind of noticed that too.
Yeah. So they're like very much part of the fiber of the village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We walked in and we see the shop people.
Yes.
They call their customer by their first name.
Yeah. Well, it's such a small village, right? So it's like you quite quickly get to know the staff and people, and yeah, it's really nice. It's a very, very nice. We used to live in Geneva before, so it was quite nice to move to it. Yeah. Well, because like Geneva, like as much as we lived in one area, like you still wouldn't really have your like regular. I mean, we'd have a regular. Yeah, exactly. Whereas like Coppet, you know, we know the guy who works in the shop, and then the butcher, and
No, I
the
get
pharmacy, yes, and all of those kind of things. So it's really, it's quite nice.
So you prefer, and also like not that far away from Geneva.
That's the
like,
thing.
You can just
Exactly. So when I need the little buzz, well then, we'll come in here and then we go back to it. No, it's a really cool place. Whereabouts do you guys live?
We're in Geneva too.
You're in Geneva, yeah.
What about you? What area you were before in Geneva?
Oh, so I've actually lived in a couple of areas in Geneva.
Me too. Me too. We
yeah?
actually the first one.
Yeah.
Junction.
Junction.
Jonction, yeah,
And
fun.
And then after that is
Can be spicy. Sorry?
Delis. Yeah. It's like a.
Where is that?
Up here probably Soju.
Above the train station.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Got it. Yep. Oh, that's nice.
That's
too,
pretty
yeah.
pretty convenient, but busy.
Yeah, very busy, right? Yeah, that's true. No, so I lived in like Ovive for a while, and then Plampalais. Yeah, so around Plampalais, two different places around Plampalais, and that was quite nice. I really like Plampalais.
Yeah.
Ovive is also really, actually, as all of Geneva is.
That's true.
It's fairly nice. Like it's not. Yeah.
You can walk.
You can walk everywhere. It's close to the lake. You're like, yeah. And what I love about the areas in Geneva that most of the time it's fairly kind of mixed in terms of cultures, people, classes. Like it's just all kind of mixed in one huge melting pot, you know. Unless maybe you're in the, smack middle old town. Like, that is pretty samey. But, so it's really lovely, yeah. I loved it.
We love the lake now. Like I don't know. I used to feel like city is better, but then now I really love nature.
It's
So
really
in
nice.
Coppet, it's like you're just right next to the lake.
You are, yeah. It is really nice. And I've got 2 little kids as well, so it's just nicer. It's
Run
not,
around.
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It's funny, I actually have this watch. ETA. So this is it's Sandoz also. Sandoz, Chaux de Fonds. William Tell. So that's William Tell. I'm blocking the microphone. William Tell. So the story is Neuchâtel used to be controlled by Prussia. And Neuchâtel include La Chaux de Fonds, the region.
Yeah.
Wait. So La Chaux de Fonds, La Loc, they used to be part of Prussia, which turned into the German Empire. But it was like what do you call it? When a state is inside of another state. In any case, they kind of had to fight their way out from underneath Prussian control. So there's a lot of history of that. Very nice. So, c'est tout 4 ça. So these watches are all 400 francs, and they probably negotiate.
This one, no.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the company.
Isso é interessante. Isso é interessante.
Interessant?
Isso. Yes. Isso é très interessant la montre.
Okay,
ici.
okay, okay. And a car and Angeles, Lemania.
Erika,
Chrono.
bon appétit.
This is Valjean is the company that makes Richard Mille. Combien?
Le prix 1002.
1002.
Ouais.
So this is 1,200. So ETA 7750.
Yeah, bon.
J'adore.
Ouais, merci.
Le bracelet là.
Comment?
Prends juste le bracelet.
Oui. Pardon?
This is a quarter repeater movement for 400 francs, and it's got a beautiful dial, missing the sub-seconds, but it also makes me wonder why it has the sub-seconds and center seconds. It could be that it's got some kind of chrono going on. But this is very interesting if you want to get into repairing quarter repeaters. Seamaster 2627 cases, $100. Can be kind of hard to put together a Seamaster. Have to find everything perfect. So this is the end. This is the end of Lake Geneva. Where it's really the center of the town of Geneva is at the end of the lake here. There's a story about the design of the Royal Oak that Gerald Genta was down here, and he saw, when he was a child, he saw divers diving around this. It's kind of like I think it's a hydroelectric facility or something. But anyway, he saw divers with their bell helmets, and that's where he got the idea for the screw back diver's helmet based or inspired design of the Royal Oak. So that was interesting. There were some really nice people there, and I think the whole story of the gold, people buying watches for their gold value and then melting them down, I think that's a whole story for another video. Anyway, thanks for watching. So that's the Chateau de Coppet, which is just outside of Geneva. I think it's a museum. Not sure if we'll go inside or not. I'm not a car guy, but I just saw this Maserati parked outside the museum of the Chateau of Coppet. Look at this thing. It's glass back here. That's insane. This is called a Camsin